Hi folks, this is Rose from In Rose's Garden, and today we are going to make a pair of earrings using our SoftFlex Design Challenge Kit, Tree of Life. This kit was from their TGBE, which I believe stands for the Great Bead Extravaganza, and I think it's really pretty. I'm also going to use some of this 14 gauge artistic wire that I got from Beadalon. So let's turn down and I'll show you what I'm going to do. Okay, this is from my stash. This was in the kit, 18 gauge gold wire. These were in the kit. And the artistic wire, I've already made one to see how it would work. And this is our is a piece we're going to make the second one of with the artistic wire. This is the olive green artistic wire, and I'm using it because, well, these are Tree of Life. So these are, I've sort of got these set up the way I want them. These are going to go like this. They're going to hook onto our spiral, and then our spiral will hook to our ear wires. Now we can do this in any way we want to as far as putting things together. I think I'll just do our bottom pieces first. So what we do is we're going to put the leaf on. Then this Tierracast bead, isn't it pretty with the tree on it? So it's going to go on here. Now that is a heavy piece, so it is going to make your earrings a little heavy. I want to warn you of that right off the bat. And we're going to make a loop here. Now we'll do the other, and we'll make its loop as well. Come on, baby. There we go. As I said, I will warn you that these earrings are probably going to be a bit heavy because of this Tierracast bead. It's pretty solid. So there's that. We'll wind these up and put them to the side because we know what we need to do with them. So this in here. And we'll take our bell making pliers, go up and over and around. Bring them down and around, and we want to straighten this a little bit to make a lollipop shape. There we go. We'll do the same with this other one, then we're going to wrap them up. Up and around and over. Bring it down and around, and I'm not leaving the space like I do sometimes because I'm going to try and wrap those right onto here when I get them ready to go. Now, you could give yourself a little space and just bring them down here at the bottom, like so. Put a little space in there. But I'm thinking I will probably use some of the 18 gauge wire, go up and through and around, and make us a little loop here. So let's hold on to these at the top here. And we'll do our wrap. Cut this off. And tuck it in. There's one. Now we have to wrap our buddy here. So there's these two pieces. I could put this together now because I already have one spiral made, but let's make our second spiral. So to do that, I'm going to take this wire out. I don't care about these crimps. We're not going to use them. And we want to get a length of wire out. And we're just going to spiral right from this. Now, it's got a sharp edge at the back, so I'm going to get... I'm using my heavy-duty cutters because this is 14 gauge, and 14 gauge is thick. So then we're going to put these guys aside because we don't need these. What we need is our flat nose pliers and our round nose pliers. So we want to make a round loop here at the very base. Now I'm going to warn you, some of this coating is going to probably scrape off. So now that we've got to that spot, we're going to see how it's scraping off a little bit here. You won't be able to see it as much once we, oh come on, you gotta hold it pretty tight and then push the wire around. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spirals before we go up into the upper one. So this is 2. Come on, hold on. Now, you could probably use your nylon jaw pliers to do this. I'm not sure if they're strong enough, sorry for that, to hold this so that it doesn't damage as much. Oh, it holds pretty good. Let's see how many we have now. 1, 2, 3, 4. We need at least one more. One, 2, 3, 4. We need to come all the way around to 5 here. Okay, technically we are at 5 right now. Let's measure it to complete, see if it goes with the other one pretty good. Looks like we are actually starting to get bigger. So we can stop right here. I'm going to cut my wire approximately an inch or 2 up here. And hopefully I will have cut enough to make that upper spiral there. So now we're going to turn our wire going the other direction. What I do with those? There they are. You see how close these are. Now this bottom one still feels like it might be a little bit bigger as far as the bottom spiral is concerned. And if that's the case, since I seem to need a little bit more on the top spiral, just a little bit, we will unspiral this a little bit so that we can then spiral it here. And that should be pretty good right there. Let's see. Oh yeah, they're pretty good. Match up pretty well. So one is for one is for the other. And because we're doing 2 different ones, I'm going to flip one of these over so it's facing the other direction as it comes around. And it's going to go like so. So we don't need this anymore. So we'll put it aside. I am going to make another spiral for a necklace to match these after a bit, but we're not going to do that right now. So the spirals can be put together if we wanted to up here at the top, or we can put them together down here at the bottom. What we are going to do is we're going to take a little bit of the 18 gauge wire, and we're going to find the end, of course, and then we're going to cut off 5 or 6 inches. So we don't need the heavy duty cutters anymore. The regular ones will be fine for this. If you look on your cutters, it will tell you how much it can do. This one says max cut 2 millimeter copper wire. Well, 18 gauge is 1.024, so it can do that. Cut this with no problem. So we'll set that up there. And what we're going to do is make I'm going to cut this off because this is nasty looking. What we're going to do is we're going to go through our spiral here. And we're going to, come here you, don't go away. And we're going to go down. Just like you were like doing a briolette or a long bead or something like that. We're going to go down like here. So it's going to hang right there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bring them around like so. Do a now we're going to wrap this one around just once or twice. We don't want it around too many because we're going to put that, we're going to wrap and make a loop for the other to sit here. 1 and 2. Now we'll cut that excess off. And tuck it in. Now we have a piece to hang our, that looks crooked. Now what we've made is a loop for our piece for down here. Now we don't want very much space here, so we're just going to make a tiny little bend, say here, and then we'll make our loop. Where's my bell making pliers? Right here in front of me, of course. And then we'll go around here, go up and over and around, like you normally would, bring her down and over, and leave a gap here because you have to put your, now you're going to put your beads on here. Come on, baby. There we go. Now we'll hold this right here where they come together. And we'll grab it with our other pliers and we'll wrap once or twice. Hit this on this one. 1, 2. Now are we where the break is at? Just about. So we're going to cut this right here. And I could have spiraled it, and I probably should have, because I don't think I left myself enough wire to do the other portion. So here it is hanging off the spiral, and this is a little back, so we'll take hold of this and tip. Okay, and we're a little crooked. No crooked allowed. There we go. Now we're gonna have to put our ear wire on to finish this one up. So to do that, we're going to see, I've got all kinds of jump rings out, the large, the medium, the small. We'll need this small for our final step, but I'm not sure if the medium will be big enough to do our, this can stay out because I'll need it, to hook this on up to the top. So we're going to open up the medium one, see if it will work, if it's big enough to go through our loops here, because it needs to go through here, come up and leave. Oh, I think it'll work. If I can get it to. Now it's a little out of place, so I'm working it till I hear the scrape of when the two hit each other. And that I'm doing that by just going back and forth with a tiny bit of forward pressure. And I think I may have just got it. It's close. So I'm gonna there we go. Now our final thing to put our ear wire on is to take one of these Tinky Tots and open it up. Now we got to do this because our ear wire, if we put it directly onto here, our earring will be sideways. So we need to put the ear wire on and close it up. So then there is our earring. Now this is a nice long earring. It's going to be a shoulder duster. Let's see, measure it, see how long it actually is. We don't need these big ones. So it's going to be about 3 inches, a little over maybe. When you're wearing it, it's probably going to be about 3 1/4, since of course your earlobe's going to be up here. So there is our first earring. Now we have to get some more wire out because I do not believe this is enough. It looks too small. So we will. But since it's about almost 2 inches, we probably don't need as much as we got with this one, obviously. I was actually hoping that I had cut enough that I could do both earrings without having to get any more wire out, but I did not, so we will get some wire out for the second one. This, of course, has the sharp notch, so we want to cut that off. So we're going to go through this one. And we will bring this up and then bring this one. So now we just have to put the top on here. We don't need these anymore, so we'll set those aside. We need this bigger of our jump rings. Through here, and then we want to close it up. Oh, that messed it up. Okay, now the last little bit. Now, if you wanted to use posts instead of wires, the hole is usually running the opposite direction, and you wouldn't need this second jump ring. You could have put it directly to the first jump ring. And if you don't like how long this is, you could always not put in the spiral and just use this bead, this bit of beading as our necklace, or I mean our earring. And that would certainly make it be shorter. You could actually use this spiral and then put something over the front of it. But you wouldn't want these heavy. When you put something over the top of a spiral like this, you usually want something that's not really wide. So there we go. There's our earrings. And we have a few pieces that can be put together away because we didn't need these big ones. And I hope you enjoyed making these pretty earrings with me. So anyway, that is our earrings using our Tree of Life from SoftFlex company. See, those are pretty different, aren't they? And they will go to just about your shoulders, if not to your shoulders. But I think they turned out quite nicely, just as I envisioned them. So this is Rose from In Rose's Garden, and these beautiful earrings were made using the SoftFlex company's TGBE design kit, Tree of Life. And of course this spiral is made using the Beadalon artistic wire 14 gauge in olive. So I think those turned out quite nicely. I hope you like them. This has been Rose from In Rose's Garden, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.